everybody likes talking about the big list, the 100,000 people, the 200,000 people, the 500,000 people on my list. Oh, I got 1,000,000 people on my list. None of that matters if people aren't buying.
Tell your email list that because they're a subscriber, they have like special privileges, to get ahead of everybody else, because there could be some issues getting things before the holidays.
Getting new people on your list so that when you have this offer created, you can send them an email and you can send them early access.
Today's episode is sponsored by ChatDesk. Let's be real, the holiday season is approaching quickly, and we all know what that means. Inboxes flooded with customer emails and overwhelming social media activity. What if we told you that ChatDesk could supercharge your support team with superfans of your brand and instantly train them to perfectly respond with your brand's voice and policy from day one? No, you're not dreaming. With ChatDesk, machine learning and human support come together to transform your support tickets into satisfied customers. Leading companies such as Thinx and Shea Moisture use ChatDesk to increase their Facebook and Instagram ad conversion by up to 15%. With one click, ChatDesk connects with your existing help desk so you can have time for the rest of your to-do list and make Black Friday and Cyber Monday the best ever. For a limited time, you can get started with ChatDesk for free. Check it out at chatdesk.com. That's ChatDesk.com. Ever wonder how those e-commerce brands you admire do it? How they know just the right message to send to the right people at the right time? Guess what? It's not experience. They have the right data and the right tools. They have Klaviyo. Klaviyo's data-driven marketing automation platform is sophisticated enough to power those legendary campaigns from the brands you admire, but they made it simple, easy, and fast enough for anyone to use. Klaviyo helps brands easily create personalized multi-channel marketing campaigns using your most powerful asset, your customers' data. Klaviyo integrates with all leading e-commerce platforms, helping you use your customer data in real time to send more relevant emails and SMS automations. Plus, building a marketing campaign is drag and drop easy. You can get started with your first campaign in under an hour and easily build from there with Klaviyo's best performing templates. Klaviyo gives you all the power of an enterprise marketing automation platform and none of the complexity, so you can compete with the big guys. No wonder more than 65,000 brands can't get enough. To get started with a free trial of Klaviyo, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored.
You're listening to E-Commerce Uncensored with Kevin Manel and Jason Caruso.
Hey everyone, and thank you for joining us on another episode of E-Commerce Uncensored. My name is Kevin Manel, and I'm here with
Jason Caruso.
So, Jason, we are quickly approaching that time of year again. Do you know what that means?
Yeah, we're approaching Black Friday, Cyber Monday, so that means you're going to be in Aruba.
I was going to say, no, that's the time that I go away. That's what I'm talking about. What are you referring to?
Yeah, Black Friday, Cyber Monday is what I was referring to, but they go hand in hand. Whenever we have a big client-facing type holiday, you tend to just leave.
But because I'm so responsible, everything is ready to go before I leave, pretty much. Everything's scheduled out, and it goes seamlessly.
Like the year we got fired by one of our clients because you weren't around.
And then they came crawling back because of me, not because of you.
Right. But it's a good segue into what we're going to talk about today. Like you said, you have everything. By the way, if you left me to have everything prepared before I went away, I would be doing it like at the airport, trying to make sure
yeah, I'll get that done. On the plane. I'll get it done. Don't worry.
Yeah. I mean well. It's just that yeah.
Well, it is a different world, man. And especially for me, like I don't have to be in the office. Like we're working remote. I could just I'll take a picture of my background, my shelf here, and I'll just, whenever we're on Zoom, it'll be like I'm home. You'll never know the difference, except I might not be wearing a shirt and I'll be drunk. So
yeah, that's about what it looks like when you're away. But it's funny because we were just talking before we got on here about how our sales for the Journal of Wildlife Photography are kind of really bad right now. And it's funny because we at least for me, Kevin, like I'm not in the thick of things for clients like you are and like how I used to be. So for me, it's like, I forget that this is a slow time of year. October is just a very, very slow month. It's like this every year. It's like this every single time we're trying to like getting ready for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We're still trying to make some sales up until that point, and it's just always been like really slow.
Yeah, we have like these short-term memories for the whole year. It's like we go through these little spurts, be like, January is slow. You're like, oh, I can't believe January is slow. What are we gonna do? Like our clients are saying they're slow. We're like, this is, every year has its ebbs and flows. August is a slow month too, because it's the end of summer, everyone's on vacation. And then you get into this time period, October, the beginning of November, where
People are
people are
waiting.
they're waiting. They're like, yeah, I'm not going to buy anything now. Like there's going to be great offers coming up here soon. And, I'm not going to buy my kids something now, when they're going to be having Christmas here soon. So I think overall there's like a little bit of a lull in sales for everybody. And I think you just got to be prepared for it and know what to expect and use the time wisely and know that you're leading up to something that's, the fourth quarter it makes or breaks a lot of e-commerce brands year, essentially.
Well, yeah, I mean it's a huge time of year for us. One thing, the one thing that's really sort of interesting about, or not interesting, but something that every time we come around to this time of year, we kind of do the same thing, and that is like, oh my God, what's the offer going to be? And it seems like, regardless of all the planning that we try to do and all the coordinating that is done, at the very least, you have to have an offer.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's not sort of what you think about when you're preparing for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, right? You're thinking about like, oh my God, I got to get all the creative done. Oh my God, like, what are my emails going to look like? Oh my, you're trying to figure out all these things. And like, you really, and it happens like right now for the journal, like, do we have an offer for Black Friday, Cyber Monday?
No,
No,
we haven't even
we
discussed
don't
it
even have
yet.
an offer.
Yeah.
And that's like, it's really the first place you have to start is like, what is the offer going to be? And I think, one thing that we do very badly is that we tend to look at this thing backwards. We're like, okay, what are the concepts for emails? What is the concepts for this? What is like, we don't even have a friggin' offer.
Right. And you have like at this point, and everybody, I think a lot of times overthink it a little bit, and they want to come up with this grand plan of this special offer that's going to happen in this time of year, when you have kind of like this whole year, including last Black Friday, last Cyber Monday, to take a look at your sales, look at all the offers you've tried over the last 12 months, and just use something that worked right over the last year.
Well, you know what I was gonna say, Kev? Like as you were saying that, I was like thinking this is like, you know, we with Revair 2 years ago, right? Businesses are willing, and this is like, it's funny because I really never thought about it this way, but now that looking back, right? Like Revair, the reason why they are doing the kind of numbers that they are doing is 150% because we tried an offer that we got everybody to agree to for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And most brands are willing to be more creative during this time. So you should use it as a way to test things, to test offers, because dude, at the end of the day, man, like we hit an absolute home run 2 years ago with Revair, where we, like they would never do an offer like this. It was like, oh my God, it was so like out of the ordinary. It was like crazy. It was like, and then we did it, and then we're like, oh my God, this thing is like killing it. And now we use that same offer pretty much throughout the year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like once we found that offer and we found out that it worked, we didn't wait for Black Friday, Cyber Monday to use it. It's just, you position it in that Black Friday, Cyber Monday window because people are prepared for it. But
Yeah,
we've used the same offer all year long,
we use
just
the
at
same
different
offer.
times.
It's just right, but the psychology of it is all the same, obviously. And I was thinking about this, Kevin, because we are living in a world at this time where, like, you know, people are watching every single penny, right? And like, and it's so true. It's like we are trying to get the most bang for our buck. So our offers, right, tend not to be discounts.
Mm-hmm.
They tend to be multiple products stacked into a bundle because people feel like they're getting more for their money. And that's a really good way to not discount, right? Where you see like a lot of brands are like, okay, 75% off or 50% off of everything. And for the brands that are doing that, they're losing a lot of money, but they're trying to make it up in volume.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you can create an offer that is just more stuff, right? They tend to be more profitable and they tend to work better because people want more things for their money.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. What is it? What do they call it? The offer stack or whatever in
Yeah.
the like online course stuff. I guess it's the same kind of thing for an e-commerce product. So instead of having a TV, and discounting it 50% off, like a lot of the big box stores have, like Walmart. Okay, we can't really do that as like small businesses necessarily take 50% off of our merchandise, but we can take our other products and bring them together with that main product, maybe some higher profit margin products that we can stack on top of that bigger product and make it look like you're getting, you're going to pay you're going to pay for that big item, but look, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this, you're going to get this for free. And it just, the
Yeah. I
psychology
mean,
of it makes it more appealing.
and then oftentimes you can actually ask for more money in that bundle. So like if you have a bundle that's say you're selling a widget and the widget is $5, you're selling it for $5, right? Like you can you know uh, pack give them more things and maybe charge $10.
Right.
Right now it's still cheaper than all those things together, but it's more than the $5, and it's really just kind of the way what we try to do is just cover the cost of the item. So for in your example, let's say you buy a TV, right? Maybe the wall mount for the TV is an extra $50, but it only costs you $10 or $15.
Right. Right.
You can raise the price a little bit and offer that wall stand for free.
Right.
And maybe you don't get the full $50, but maybe you just charge an extra $20, and then that's actually built into the offer. And what that does is it allows you, as we said, to not discount your stuff because people start waiting around for them and and that sort of stuff. But um it's a really good way, and it's what we do often. We very rarely give discounts off products. We tend to create packages that allow us to ask for more money and make look like the savings, give the customer like huge savings that they wouldn't have otherwise gotten.
Yeah. And when you're in this time period, when you have those people, those customers that have like that dopamine flying all over in their brain, when you get them to buy that one offer, right? You want to make sure you get as much out of them. I know it's kind of bad to say, but you want to pull as much money out of them while they're in that position, while they're in that mindset, So I think it's important to also like, while you have that package of things, while you have that irresistible offer, make sure you have some follow-up stuff, upsells, post purchase upsells, or,
Wait,
cart
what
ups.
was that?
What did I say?
What's that?
Post
Point,
poopy.
and I don't know I know what you were trying to say, but it
Post
did not
post purchase upsells,
upsells.
cross sells, have those combinations of things ready. So when you do get that person to your site, because they are being distracted by your competitors, by Amazon, by Walmart, by all these other options that they have to buy, you have their eyes, you've gotten their credit card, you've gotten them to that position where they want to trust you to get your product, you can offer them other things that go along with the original product, because they're more likely this time of year, they're more likely to take it if you position it correctly.
Yeah, and the other thing is, like, depending on what your audience is, like depending on what you're selling, I mean, think about it. I mean, if you can buy your son or daughter or whoever, niece, nephew, whatever, if you can buy this one thing and get multiple things without having to pay for it, and you can wrap multiple things, for the same price, you know, it's a really, really strong way to present, you know, your Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals or your offer.
Yeah, I mean, like as a parent, it's like it's hard to sometimes find like buy the gifts, right? But like when there's a theme, like for instance, like you buy I was gonna say a Wii, but a Wii is like friggin' 15 years now. Like if you buy a Switch, like the kid's gonna get a Switch this year. Then you have like so many other opportunities to buy the games, the extra controller, the charger. There's so many different things that you're just in that mindset to buy at that point in time. And like, you're telling your parents to buy something that goes along with this gift. You're buying a bike, you got to get the pads or the helmet, all the things that go along with it. And if you make it easy, it's not even really going to have to be discounted that much if it's just convenient for them in that time period.
Right. So we started off, Kevin, by talking about planning. We're kind of now talking about an offer, but obviously it's a very, very important part of this whole equation, because we've basically, and I say we, not just you and I, but with Rev Air specifically, this is basically why they are having the success that they're having, because collectively as a group, we came up with this Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer that they would never have done if it weren't for this time of year. And it happened to be exactly what we needed, because the company is going bonkers right now.
You kind of pulled a fast one on me. It's like we were planning this podcast. We were talking about the topics. You wanted to talk about creating an irresistible offer. And I said I wanted to talk about preparing for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And you were okay with that, but then you steered it in a direction that was your topic anyway.
No, that's not what happened. You also went along with it. You were going deep into
that's what a professional podcaster,
right.
Whatever you want to call me, does. It rolls with the punches, and it does this kind of thing. So I'm a professional. What do you want from me? Today's episode is sponsored by ChatDesk. Let's be real. The holiday season is approaching quickly, and we all know what that means. Inboxes flooded with customer emails and overwhelming social media activity. What if we told you that ChatDesk could supercharge your support team with superfans of your brand and instantly train them to perfectly respond with your brand's voice and policy from day one? No, you're not dreaming. With ChatDesk, machine learning and human support come together to transform your support tickets into satisfied customers. Leading companies such as Thinx and Shea Moisture use ChatDesk to increase their Facebook and Instagram ad conversion by up to 15%. With one click, ChatDesk connects with your existing help desk so you can have time for the rest of your to-do list and make Black Friday and Cyber Monday the best ever. For a limited time, you can get started with ChatDesk for free. Check it out at chatdesk.com. That's ChatDesk.com. Ever wonder how those e-commerce brands you admire do it? How they know just the right message to send to the right people at the right time? Guess what? It's not experience. They have the right data and the right tools. They have Klaviyo. Klaviyo's data-driven marketing automation platform is sophisticated enough to power those legendary campaigns from the brands you admire, but they made it simple, easy, and fast enough for anyone to use. Klaviyo helps brands easily create personalized multi-channel marketing campaigns using your most powerful asset, your customers' data. Klaviyo integrates with all leading e-commerce platforms, helping you use your customer data in real time to send more relevant emails and SMS automations. Plus, building a marketing campaign is drag and drop easy. You can get started with your first campaign in under an hour and easily build from there with Klaviyo's best performing templates. Klaviyo gives you all the power of an enterprise marketing automation platform and none of the complexity, so you can compete with the big guys. No wonder more than 65,000 brands can't get enough. To get started with a free trial of Klaviyo, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored.
Right, exactly.
But I did want to mention some other things, though. I did want to talk about some other things that you can do or you can think about during these kind of down times where, sales might be going down a little bit and you might be like, pissed off or whatever that things aren't going like you're all prepared, you're all hyped up for this big sale period, and then you're like, okay, this is a lull, like what do I do? But there's a lot of things that you can think with, like you can start build I mean, you can start building these audiences that, when the time comes, are going to be the perfect person to buy your offer, to take advantage of your offer. Were you going to say something?
No, like so you're saying like you can, right? Like this is something that we're talking about doing, is getting new people on your list so that when you have this offer created, you can send them an email and you can send them early access, which is what we're doing with one of our clients. Is we're giving them early access to a Black Friday, Cyber Monday offer.
But we're also running, more like lead gen type Facebook ads. It's not like selling my product. Like we'll put some piece of content out there, or like a PDF download, or for one of our clients, we're running a giveaway. So we're giving away, we're choosing a winner that's going to get the product that's going to be the offer of Black Friday. So we're capturing these emails of people who are interested in winning this thing. Yeah, there are going to be, some people in there who are just like giveaway people who are just looking for something for free, but we are generating some interest. So we have this giveaway, people are signing up to our email list, and we're sending them like 10 to 20 emails after they sign up. And then we're just kind of indoctrinating them into the business so that when it's time to send these emails, because we send, how many emails do we send over Black Friday, Cyber Monday within those 2 weeks? 20?
A
A lot, one a day at least.
More than that. I mean, even like you may sending like starting now, ending tonight, ending in an hour, ending in 12 hours, whatever. I mean, we try to find any way to send an email.
Right, exactly. So building up that email list so you have those people in your arsenal so they're ready to receive it and seeing and start engaging with them. Just build awareness around your brand, like even blog posts. Just boost some blog post Facebook ads. Get your pixel and get your engagement up so you can then retarget those people when it comes down to your Black Friday offer on Facebook, with the understanding that there may not be the return, or there probably won't be that return that you're used to on your Facebook ads, because that's not the goal. That's not the goal of these things. The goal is to build up this group of people. Within this group, I mean your audiences in Facebook, on your Facebook pixel, that you have sitting there waiting for your offer when it's time.
Right. Yeah. And, it's important right now because, like, Kev, we have, it's interesting. This wildlife photography business we had, truth be told, it's really like our first business, like, that we've done on our own, so to speak. Right. It's not like we're not doing like client work. It's basically our own.
Right.
And, I feel like I've really learned a lot from this brand. Like, we have 70,000 people on that email list. And, if I'm being honest, because everybody likes to come on these podcasts or whatever and talk about how great everything is all the time. If I'm honest, it does feel like the list has been worn out a little bit. It feels like it's not as lively as it used to be. Like, we used to send out an email and we were able to make, $5,000 to $10,000. Now, unless we send an offer, a specific offer, they're not doing as well as they used to. So, and we're not getting new people on the list, which is another big problem that we've come into. So like, everybody likes talking about the big list, the 100,000 people, the 200,000 people, the 500,000 people on my list. Oh, I got 1 million people on my list. None of that matters if people aren't buying.
Yeah, man. It used to be so. We were just talking about how exciting it used to be. We would send an email and just like put a little tagline at the end of the email, and people would just buy. And
yeah,
kind of
and like
fell off.
And like now, we haven't really grown that list that much. We haven't really concentrated on bringing new people into that list. We've kind of been like living off of that list and some other things that we're doing, but it's really becoming crystal clear that we do have to start getting new blood on that list. And that's basically, what we're talking about for Black Friday, Cyber Monday is building that list up, creating that audience on Facebook, doing these things so that when you are ready to send your offer for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you have people, waiting for it.
Yeah, man. I was hoping we could take it easy on this thing. It's like we always have to be on top of this thing, man. And it's just like you hear all these gurus and things on Facebook talking about all the money they're making and making it seem so easy, but you gotta stay on top of it, man. It's like it never ends.
Yeah, I was it's funny because I was listening to Mike Dillard. Um Most people probably haven't heard of him, but he's been around for a really long time, and he disappeared for the last 3 years and said he had some sort of brain issue. And long story short, he's like, he has like several multi-million-dollar businesses, and he's like, they all just kind of went to crap when he couldn't do anything for them.
Mhm.
And so he started like trying to figure out ways to get like real passive income, which is like obviously investments, like income properties, or having like investments that kind of grow slowly over time, those sort of things. Which is interesting because like, we think of ourselves as internet, you know, entrepreneurs, or like laptop entrepreneur type people. But the truth is like if you stop, it just stops. And it's crazy how that happens.
Yeah, it suck, man. Like, I mean, keeps you on your toes for sure.
Yeah.
But
What else you
there's
got on
one
that list?
there's just the last thing I wanted to mention was like, because I think it's one thing that people sometimes forget is like, don't forget about your existing customers, right? Like
Oh, and
every
during Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
yeah, it's like everybody's so focused on bringing all these new people in and attracting these new people when they have this really nice list of customers who are the easiest people to sell to. So, for like Jason mentioned a little bit earlier, like the the early access thing, like give your customers the opportunity to get in early, especially now when I know a lot of companies are going through like supply chain issues and inventory, and holiday stock might be an issue. Shipping is always an issue nowadays. Give your customers, or just maybe give your customers like first priority to get in on that offer first. Like,
Well, you just said something that's really important, I think, that we didn't think about is that, and we should have, because this is kind of like a layup, but we could have been running ads like, hey, there are supply chain issues. Order now to get it in time for Christmas. Or we haven't done that, and we probably could have and should have.
yeah,
But a lot of the companies we're dealing with have their own supply chain issues right now, so they can hardly even sell what they have, or they can
yeah.
hardly even keep in stock what they have.
And not even thinking, like I said earlier, like thinking about last year, like this was a thing last year too, stock issue. Like we were running holiday campaigns prior to Christmas, and they had to like give cards out to people to put under the tree or whatever. They couldn't ship them because and we did that during Mother's Day too. Like we had a lead up to Mother's Day, but like you can buy this now so you can have it in time for Mother's Day. So I think it's a good opportunity too to get ahead during this down period where the sales might be a little slower than usual. Go ahead and tell your customers that they have early access to Black Friday. Tell your email list that because they're a subscriber, they have like special privileges, to get ahead of everybody else, because there could be some issues getting things before the holidays or on Black Friday, Cyber Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, man, like I think I think the moral of this story is, and I see this with like the bigger brands we work with, Kev, but the smaller ones, I don't see this with. And that is the bigger brands, they're really starting to think about Black Friday, Cyber Monday in like Q3, like August, September. Whereas like the smaller brands that we work with tend to wait until the last minute to get the offer out. And when I say smaller brands that we work with, I'm even talking about our own brand.
Ourselves, because we like to drive. It's cruel
Well,
punishment for ourselves, I guess.
well, I'll tell you, man, it's when we talk to Kim, which is one of our clients, and we're going through the product page, and she's like, "Oh, I gotta go through this and make sure that all this text is right, and I gotta like make sure the flow of all this is good." Like, I envy that her only job is to work on Revair, and I think part of our problem is that we have our own businesses, we have clients, and we don't focus on one thing 100% of the time. So we're left with doing Black Friday, Cyber Monday at the end of October instead of the end of August, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel the same way. I feel jealous too, being
Yeah,
able
it's
to
like
focus. I
she's
feel like the things that we could do if we just had a singular focus, because I felt the same way when she was going through that. Like, oh, we have to worry about the user experience, make it easier, make the focus on the conversion rates, make sure we're in a really good place so that,
like,
so that
we
we're ready.
never do any of that for our stuff because we just don't have the time to do it.
I want to. I write stuff down in my notepad and I open the tab. That's why I have 400 tabs open on my browser, because there's things I want to do.
And then when you have to update your computer, you lose them all.
Exactly. All right. I think that's a pretty good one. So, got anything else to add, Jason?
No, just make sure you're planning far enough in advance. Figure out what your offer is going to be, because that is the number one thing. And if this is another thing that I think people also, Kev, before we go, this is important. We tend to think that people watch every little thing that we do. You can test different offers. There's nothing wrong with having different offers. People may call you out on it, but just honor whatever the better offer is of the two. Not that big a deal. But I would encourage you guys, this is an amazing time to test different offers, because truth of the matter is, just because it's Black Friday, Cyber Monday, it doesn't mean that these offers don't work the entire year.
Right.
There's just more people looking for them during Black Friday, Cyber Monday, but people's psychology is still the same in May as it is in, November.
Yeah, right on. That's a good point. All right, fellas. All right, man. Fellas. I don't know who I'm talking to. Fellas.
We got, it's not just men listening to us, I hope.
Ladies,
Especially
fellas.
with a sexy voice like mine.
His, hers, him,
has
her.
to be some.
And all right. Thank you guys so much for listening. As always, you can check us out at ecommerceuncensored.com. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. Today's episode is sponsored by ChatDesk. Are you struggling to respond to all your social media comments, DMs, and customer emails? Well, you're not alone. That's why ChatDesk came up with a solution to supercharge your support team instantly. With ChatDesk, machine learning and human support come together to transform your support tickets into satisfied customers. Leading brands such as Thinx and Shea Moisture lean on ChatDesk to increase revenue and customer satisfaction. Get started for free at chatdesk.com or click on the link in our show notes. Attention e-commerce founders, entrepreneurs, side hustlers, marketers, and growth hackers. If you're working around the clock to build your dream e-commerce business, you need an e-commerce marketing platform that works just as hard as you do. That means you need Klaviyo. With Klaviyo, you'll delight customers and drive revenue at the same time. With personalized email and SMS marketing campaigns, you can design and send in minutes. For more, visit klaviyo.com/uncensored. That's KLAVIYO.com/uncensored.